Okay, in this valve box here, which is just right outside the mechanical room, where the main connect does come out and does drop down, there is an isolation valve here, which you don't have to go into the mechanical room all the time to shut it off. You can shut it off up front here. We also put a secondary blowout area here on the outside. Instead of dragging the compressor hose into the mechanical room, all you need to do is identify, shut it off in there, and you can winterize it through here. So that's what our swing joint does here. This valve here, I was talking about the master valve, that's the one that runs basically the whole system. So this one here is run through the clock, it'll go for the time allowed, and then it'll shut off. So after that, there's no water going anywhere. And that's it for our main connect on the outside. We can go around and identify some of the valving if you want. I'll identify some of the heads and just do it that way. These are just going to be junction splices here, so this will be identified on your as-built drawing on what's there. You know, it'll have a valve box on it, be identified as a splice connection area, so that will be identified in your areas. This will be like a grouping of valves that you'll have in a valve box. Generally there'll be 2 or 3 per valve box. Because we're just at a rough grade, there's no sense in putting the valve box on because we do have to bring it up quite a bit. They are very standard. All your splice connections will be taped together and brought right in. This here is just your DC 100 valve, which is a Rainbird series that just is controlled from the inside. Other than that, there's not really a lot to say about the valves. Any trouble areas that you may have, let's say for shutting off, this would be kind of where you'd come is go to the valve box there.
We did another project up in Vernon, and let's say a head bursts over there.
Right.
How do they know that if these are marked? Are you going to mark these, tag these for what zones they are? These off and on, or
we can.
Can't go run around looking for the book and say, okay, you know what I mean, like tag them somewhere or anything.
What it is, because this. We can do that. That's not a problem. It will be identified through, like the clock, obviously zone 1 will be zone 1 somewhere, right? Like we'll try to go around the building and keep it in some sequential form. But because this doesn't branch out and go a lot of different areas, if something does break, you can manually come to this area here and you can manually turn this on and then you'll see, okay.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's not one of these you turn.
No.
So they'll be able to come here, let's say it's a head shooting up there 10 feet.
Yeah.
They'll go, boom.
Yeah,
boom,
it's off this one, yeah.
Boom. Okay, that's good.
Okay, if you turn off one zone, it doesn't affect the rest, right?
Nope. If you, like in your clock, when you go back, you'll put zone 6, we got a repair, we're not going to get to it for 3-4 days. Just, you put the time down to 0 and do it that way, and then it stays off. Just remembering to come back and fix it up.
That's
now,
pretty simple, yeah.
The way this,
the remembering to come back is...
Yeah, it's that string on the finger. What we've done here, though, just to kind of help you out on that a little bit, is the zone shoot from one side to the other side is supposed to be in block. So what that does is now, in the event, let's say that there's something wrong with that, it's not like you're not going to get water for this whole area. You're still going to get it from this side and shoot to the fence. So you're still going to get some amount of water, so it won't be as crucial to say, I got to get this done right away. It's not going to block off and just shut it off.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Fail-safe is a good idea.
Pardon me?
Said fail-safe systems are good.
Too many times that's happened and it does die off and it's, the finger pointing never ends, so we just do it this way to eliminate that. In here along the side, you'll see a double up ahead. Basically, in between the patios and the walls, those are all just flower beds. There's not a ton of planting going in there. They're just a pop-up spray head. Bulletproof, I'd be surprised if you have any problems with those for the duration of the building. They're very simple to operate. Okay?
As long as we don't forget to blow out the system in the fall, we're good.
There's going to be rock mulch and some fabric down and a little bit of planting. So what's going to happen, we can't identify that till we actually put the plants in.
Right.
But there will be a zone where you'll have drip emitters to the base of each plant. So there's nothing really that'll go wrong with that other than just, if something gets plugged up or something. But when you do winterize it, you flush the whole system out. It should flush all the debris out. So that's the only other difference. You have a pop-up spray zones, you have gear zones, and then you have the drip zones. So that's